welcome back everyone, welcome back. I apologize for the extended delay, or the extended break, but hope you enjoyed the Brutal OST because we have returned with our next matchup of the night with our ZvP. And spawning in the top right hand corner of Alkione, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the red Zerg representing CranKy Z Gaming. It is Dark. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the pink Protoss player from the land of Taiwan representing Mystery Gaming. It is Lemon. And I do need a moment to fix the goddamn UI. Un momento, papi. There we go, there we go. Bam. Huh. We are getting to our ZvP. Again, a bit of a surprising result here as Lemon took down the king himself. He took down Rex as let's go. He took down Rex 2-0 in the first round. Again, Rex, he is more of a commentator nowadays, more of a content creator. He isn't as ingrained, or he isn't competing the same way that he used to back in the day. For those that maybe don't remember, or maybe more familiar, Rex, he did actually retire for a time. He did retire, did relatively recently come back, and when he came back as more of a caster and content creator, and alas, did fall to Lemon as a result here, his countryman, if you will. So really cool to see Lemon popping off, and can Lemon go further, because he's up against arguably the best Zerg player in all of South Korea here. Again, Dark did have a pretty deep run and did perform quite well in Master Coliseum a couple of days ago. We did wrap up that tournament, but we'll see if Lemon can keep up, because Dark is going for the gold. This is something that Dark loves to do in this matchup, and Lemon is fully aware. Again, Dark is, I would say though, uniquely one of the few Zerg players that takes the gold base on this side of the gold, not on the right hand side of the gold base. Now, the reason for this, of course, one, shorter rush distance by ground, because this is usually for an all-in. This is typically for an all-in. You use this to launch your creep across the map. With this, you can go for a Ling Bane bus, or you can go for a Roach based all-in instead. We have pulled out of gas though, so only Ling speed is going to be prioritized here for Dark, at least for now. Now purely Ling speed, and it's going to be on Lemon to punish this. It's going to be on Lemon to try to bring this low and shut down this gold. Can he do so though? That is the question. For now, Adept is moving out. Likewise, Dark setting up with his queens and his lings. He is preparing himself. And the queen is up, already working on those rocks as well. Queen going to be able to zone that Adept away, as Adept does shade between the bases. Behind this, going to be a Stargate opener here for Lemon. Lings, they slip in. They do get a full scout. Oh, don't quite get a probe. Good control out of Lemon. Does pull back. Does manage to pull back that weekend worker. Lings, once again, though, they dip in towards the natural. Oh, God, threading the mineral line, forcing quite a bit of lost mining time. Quite a bit. And again, behind this, Dark is going to be building up here. Ling's speed about to kick in. He's taking his third base as his natural. Again, he's spreading his creep forward here towards his opponent. Again, prioritizing spreading creep towards Lemon instead of back home to connect the bases. And we'll see where we go from here. Spore's already on the way to help deal with the Oracle. Again, we did confirm the Stargate opener, so Dark, he knows to be prepared here for the Oracle harass. As Lemon is taking a third, okay. So we're not really being hyper aggressive behind this. Lemon, he's just chilling, just taking a third base. Now this is dangerous because we have a 4-minute Roach Warren. This is a Roach Rush. Like, as we mentioned before, Dark typically does this for an all-in. He's building up a massive amount of queens. Roaches are being prioritized very early on here at 4 minutes, and we will soon be pushing across the map. This Roach Warren timing makes no sense against a Stargate, because typically you would delay this until the 5-minute mark. So for a Roach Warren to be this early on does signify aggression. Oracle comes in, Oracle scouts. So we should be aware of what's going on, and it's going to be on Lemon to defend. Does have a second Oracle, soon to be a third. Twilight Council behind this. Oh boy, and here we go. The Queen's already starting to push out across the map. Roaches are amassing. The all-in is upon us. And Lemon, are we ready for this? We do have a stasis trap about to be thrown down. He gets spotted, gets baited out. Shield batteries just now on the way, but these shield batteries, they feel late. They feel a little bit too late here as Dark is waddling on forward. Again, he has gotten away with his goal base. He is able to get away with his build of choice, with his all-in of choice. Baiting out another stasis trap. We have 2 shield batteries on the way, but we're timing on them immediately here. Oracles are coming in. Ooh, getting a lot of damage done. A lot of Lings do go down, but good target firing there from Dark. Overcharge keeping those Oracles alive. Oh, and with the help of the shield batteries with the overcharge, can we hold? It's going to be close. The Queen somehow survives. We break through. We have broken the 3rd base. Do you have a decent army? The army is barely holding on here at the natural. Stalker's going to go down. And again, Lemon is trying to hold the line here. Ooh. Doing a bit of friendly fire with that file. But again, the Lings, they just focus here. Focus on the Nexus. And the army's being zoned away. With the death of this base, Dark could try to drone, but he cut workers quite early on. He wants more than just a 3rd. He wants to keep on pushing, keep on going, dives on the army. Oh, we don't have Blink. No Blink whatsoever. Big engage here, big surround here on these Stalkers. There's so much surface area on them. And Dark, he retreats for now, building up more of an army. Now he's starting to mix in a couple of drones. Ooh. So Bowser take down another Stalker. And again, Dark trading well, containing his opponent. And he's squeezing out a couple of workers here and there. Getting his natural up and running. And taking an economically. The Biles! Oh my god. They do connect. Behind this, the Queens, they're waddling back just so they can spread creep, just so they can inject. Lair is on the way. Lair in production here for Dark. Meanwhile, Lemon takes his 3rd. We're trying to retake his 3rd. Behind this, he's working on Blink. Unfortunately, no Forge. There's no Forge whatsoever. We're on 5 gateways. Lemon doesn't have really much going for him here. Not anymore. Not without a Forge or any other further tech. You just got pure Blink Stalkers. Vanilla Blink Stalkers. Oh. As he's just trying to re-establish his 3rd base. Stalkers pushing in. Oh. Dancing with the army. And Dark, he's looking for this trade. He's more than happy to just turn around and fight. And pick up a couple of those Stalkers. Forge now in production, but it's so late here for Lemon. It is so late. Lucy Dark trying to collapse on this army from behind, trying to catch out these Stalkers. Oh, and he barely is. He gets 1. He gets up 2, 3. Oh my god. 3 Stalkers go down. Good pickoffs behind this. We're droning up. We're saturating our natural base. We're saturating our gold, of course. 4th hatchery on the way. And Lemon is double expanding, which I do appreciate. He's taking another Nexus behind this. He's trying to catch back up. The worrisome thing here is that Dark actually raced his way into a hive. Fast infestation with fast hive tech. I'm curious what this is going to be for. Whether we just use this for Adrenal, if we sneak in a couple of Vipers, if we rush into Ultras. Dark has options. He does have options here. Meanwhile, the Stalkers once again going to be threatening the bases. And we're still lacking those upgrades, still being quite tentative here on the edge of creep. As Lemon is just mass probing right now, getting this 4th base up and running. I believe Dark is unaware. If Dark was aware of this base, he could try to punish it with Lings, but alas, is in the dark. Is busy dealing with these Stalkers. So Lemon is getting away with it so far. Oh my god, but we collapse on this. We collapse on the Stalkers. More of them go down. Behind this, Baneling Nest on the way, +2 melee. It's going to be Lingbane Roach Ravager as the composition of choice. Which means this hive should be for Adrenal. And mainly Adrenal. There we go, Adrenal's on the way. Stalkers rotating around. Once again, Dark setting up a surround here. The Stalkers, they came in a little bit too hard. Yeah, they do commit. We get a big surround. Where are the Oracles? They were out of position. We pick off a good chunk of Stalkers. Again, these have been efficient trades here for Dark. 32 more Lings on the way. Now we're taking up into a bay. We're still to take our gases here, but we're soon going to be getting to Colossus production, I imagine. We're getting there, as we're taking these gases here instead, here towards the 4th. Dark sees. He finally does come across the base. He's aware. And now he's aware that he's fallen behind in the workers. Can he punish it, though? Can he do anything about it? Oh, the stasis. The stasis goes off. Gold on the way. Yo, Lemon has been so greedy behind this. I love it. Like, fast 4th into a fast 5th. That happens to be the gold as well. Dark now realizes his folly here, that he is falling behind economically. Has been trading well, thankfully. But there's a lot of onus on Dark to do something about that economy, do something about that mineral line. Oh. As we connect, Zelda being set up. The Vipers are on the way. So we do catch out those Zealots. Now, when it comes to this gold base, and even not just the gold, but getting his 4th fully operational, we can get into double Colossus production. I would have preferred if the second robo was a little bit faster. It's taking a little bit long to get into these Colossi, but they're on the way nonetheless. The problem here is that because the Colossus production has been delayed, by the time they come out, we have Vipers. We have the answer to Colossi. That's the problem. The problem that Lemon has to overcome. Templar Archives behind this thing into High Templar, Storm, Archons. Runby is going to get spotted here. So Arc pushing in, this time focusing on harassing that mineral line. Gets a couple of probes. Ooh, even connects with the Stalkers as well. At the same time, Ling Runby being set up. Black Wasling's pushing towards that 3rd base. They get on top of the Robo. Yeah, the Robo and the shield battery. One Robo goes down. Oh my god. The Adrenal Lings. Jesus. Oh, they don't play. They take down both Robos. No shot. Both Robos go down. They have to be rebuilt. How many Colossi do we have? We have 1. I was concerned that the second Robo was too late and it was going to disrupt Colossus production. Little did I know that there was just going to be 0 Colossus production whatsoever. Probes, they go down. Banelings waddle in. 14 probes fall. And Dark, he's popping off. He cripples the production, cripples the economy here. And Dark, even though he hasn't had as much of a lead that he wanted from the initial all-in, even though he didn't kill his opponent, he's still in control and still has plenty of energy on those Vipers. There's 1 Colossus to yoink. And he's going for it. Oh! Goes for Lightning Cloud. Does throw it down. Good feedback there. And we end up yoinking an Archon instead. I mean, regardless, we get value. Ooh, Files connect. Vipers are going to be retreating, gathering energy. Stasis traps on the way. Likewise, Prism into the main base, gets targeted down by the Queens. The Prism does fall. Zelt's going to be going down as well. Now, Lemon does have a pretty large army. It's the quality of the army. It's the consistency here that I'm really concerned about as we yoink the Colossus. Colossus is going to be going down. Only Stalkers and a handful of Archons, and really it's only Stalkers left. Only Stalkers do remain. And against Cracklings of all things. Behind this, we have 2 Colossi. The 2 Rovers are back up and running. 5th base on the way. Sorry, 6th base on the way here for 11. I almost called him nice. And again, like, his economy is holding on. Like, it's holding its own here for 11. Again, though, it's the army composition that I'm most concerned about. Now he's up to 2 Colossi. He's mixing in some of these Archons. Do we have Storm? We do not. No Storm is available. We do have +3. We're mixing in some Immortals here to help against the Roaches and Ravagers. Not just that, they will help against the Ultras as well. So I do like this Immortal switch, the Immortal transition. Something I would like more, especially as we get a 6th base, is Skyjets. Working towards Skytals would be amazing right now here for Lemon. But now they're commits across the map. Big fungal here to the face. Oh. As we shut down the Zealots. Likewise, Oracle's going to be falling as well. Ling Runway does get into the mineral line. Probes are going to be going down again. These are +3 Lings with Adrenal. Probes are going down. We get 8 of them. Likewise, Dark building himself up, getting back into more ultras. Oracle's going to be falling. Dark, just non-stop aggression here. Lings, they do distract the army here on the right. Ultra almost goes down. But we bust into the natural base. Oh my god, we deny the warp in, we break through. And we can go straight for the probes. Probes are going down. But the lone ultra, no. Does come in on its own, does get shut down. Nice trade there from Lemon. But the Ling run by, it's getting out of hand, it's getting out of control. As they're breaking into the main base, and we take down every single worker here at the natural. Meanwhile, we're pushing in without stalkers. Oh, thank God. we pull back. Lemon almost overextends. Again, this is a very fragile army. There's no buffer for it. As the Ling harass continues. 27 probes go down. We're just pulling Lemon apart. And the base will fall. Like, these Lings are doing an insane amount of damage. This time, Lemon's able to keep up. Shuts down an ultra. Does shut down ultra, but he gets baited out. Does get baited. So many stalkers fall. The rest of the army out of position. We have to rotate on over. Again, this army isn't looking too bad. A massive amount of Archons, Immortals, Colossus. We just can't keep up as we get dragged one way and then the other. We pick off an Immortal. We yoink the Colossus as well. Oof. Colossi will survive though. And Lemon, he can warp in. He can reinforce. We can push out. We shut down the Viper. And Dark, have we spent a little bit too much here harassing? Now, when it comes to the main army here of Lemon, it's actually pretty insane what we've been slowly working up towards. I mean, we're losing bases, don't get me wrong. Like, the economy here is not looking good. But the army, we can soon A-move. I think we can, actually. What do we have? We have 5 Immortals, 12 Archons, and 2 Colossus. We can push out across the map. And again, this army doesn't have a lot of finesse. It isn't as mobile without Blink Stalkers. You know, there's no higher tech like Skytoss. But this army, we can push in. And Dark, he has to respect it. He has to be very careful with how he engages. Instead, he's going for these run-bys. He's avoiding the main fights. One Ultra goes down. We have Roach Ravager hitting the natural. We have Ling Ultra pushing towards the gold. And we're all in. We are completely all in at this point. And can Dark deal with this? That's the question. That's the big question right now. Can he deal with this army? I don't know if he can. He's getting cleaned up. He's getting cleaned up back at home. Across the map, the Roaches, Ravagers, the Ultras, they're going down. And it looks like Lemon, he's doing it. He is doing it. Who needs an economy? Who needs all these bases when you have a death ball of an army? The Mass Archon, the Mass Immortal. GG gets called. It cannot be dealt with. And Lemon takes game number 1. Let's go. GG, well played. Lemon was having a hard time keeping up with the movement with the army of Dark. That's true. I mean, we saw, right? Like, so many workers going down, the production going down, bases going down. But he was slowly building up that Archon count and that Immortal count. And again, he had an A-move army. He had a terrifying army that could not be dealt with. Dark, he was investing so much, arguably too much, in harassing, in going for these run-bys. Some expensive run-bys. Like, the Lings were fine, but we were bleeding out Ultras. There was a big moment where the Infestors went down. Remember, the Infestors got sniped by the Oracles, like a couple of minutes ago. The Vipers got sniped by the Stalkers. So some really good pickoffs here. Really good pickoffs as I'm not moving this time. God damn it. It looks like Wardy's going to be joining us. Looks like he has left the lower half of the bracket. He's going to be joining us here on the upper half. I feel like if I keep moving around, he's just going to follow us anyway. So we're sticking with it, Pop. We're sticking with it. Aye. We will stick with it here. I believe Wardy just finished casting Parting versus Gumiho, if I'm not mistaken. Do we have any other updates? This isn't the first time this has happened. Really? So Gumiho, he took down Parting 2-0. To be expected. Gumiho is very much so in form and very much so terrifying. Gumiho is up against Oliveira in a TVT. Not the first time. We've seen Rotterdam do this. Wardy does it as well. They avoid the TVTs. Oh yeah. They don't like the Cyclone v Cyclone, Papi. What? Why? It's so much fun. Unfortunately, it looks like Oliveira versus Gumiho won't be casted. Unfortunately, but regardless, we're going to have amazing matches here before us, and we can focus here on our PVZ. Let's go. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Oceanborn, we have our red Zerga player representing himself, currently teamless. I think I may have accidentally introduced him as DragonKaiser Gaming, but is teamless currently. It is Dark, the favorite down in this series. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Taiwanese Protoss player, the pink Protoss, representing Mystery Gaming. Oh, one momento, here we go. Bam. It is Lemon. There we go. As we are going to be selling it here into game number 2. Into game number 2. Dark are going to be going for a much more standard opener here. He's not tempted to go into something like a goal base. There's no goal base to take here, so he's not tempted. Going for a much more standard opener instead. Likewise, Lemon, able to weather the storm that was Dark, able to survive long enough to build up that Archon count, that Immortal count, and snowball out of control. GG. Let's go, Bobby. Let's go. As we do continue here with our series, again, it's going to be a hatch gas pool opener, standard opener out of Dark. Likewise, a gate expand here out of Lemon. And again, we'll see if Lemon can replicate that success. I mentioned before that I was surprised to see Lemon take down Rex, and I did kind of brush on the fact that Rex isn't a pro gamer anymore. He's more of a content creator nowadays. He's not hyper-fixated on improving and practicing all the time. But even despite that, to see Lemon bringing Rex down was 2-0 especially was still surprising to me. It was still surprising to me. So clearly we can see that Lemon, he has been improving quite a lot, and it's not just that Rex has been competing less, but clearly that Lemon has been practicing quite a bit and improving. And for him to bring Dark down, even though of course Dark's economy was a little bit stifled because of his all-in that he was transitioning out of, even despite that, Lemon, he did well for himself, did very well. Another big reason, though, winding it back to that last game, was the 4th base. If you remember, it took a long time for Dark to scout the 4th, and Lemon was able to be quite greedy. He rushed into the 4th, rushed into his 5th base, and was able to get away with that quite early on. Dark was killing workers, that is true, but for the most part, Lemon was able to maintain his economy and maintain himself clearly, as he was able to build up and eventually push out. But we'll see how things will differ here in game number 2. As we do have our depths moving out, going to be threading those mineral lines. Likewise, Dark is trying to keep up here, trying to keep up with set of depths. Once it shut them down, likewise going to be a Stargate opener into Oracle into a third base. Standard opener here from our pink Protoss player. Triple Oracle into a third, nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy. Nothing too out of the norm here from Lemon. As they cross the map, the adepts, they do shade in. Oh! They do shade in there. They get 3 drone kills here in the middle line. Not too bad. Not too bad here whatsoever. Meanwhile, with the death of those adepts, that means that we can go for a big counterattack. And the goal here for Dark is to deny this third base. Do dive in the Oracles. They ignore the Lings. Ooh, bold move here from Lemon. Because the adepts are getting surrounded. The adepts, yeah, they're going to be going down. Now we turn back around. Lemon just being a little bit greedy there. Was punished for it. Does swat away those Lings. Regardless, good value out of Dark, killing 2 more adepts, forcing an extra warp in. Dark will pull back. Behind this, we do have our Twilight Council follow-up with an abundance of gateways. Interesting, no forge. So, upon seeing this transition, I would assume that this would be Glaive Adepts, but we saw that last game, Lemon also delayed his forge. Well, when going Blink Stalkers, of course, it takes a lot of damage on that Oracle. But we have seen him delay his forge before. See if he does it again as Lings. They do bust into the main. And they break into the main base. Probes are going to be going down. And we get a free scout of the main as well. We confirm the lack of forge. Blink is on the way, as you did mention. This is a hero style way of playing, by the way. Hero is the only other player that I've seen. Oh, I say hero. I think Hearthstone's on it as well. Where you delay the forge, you delay your upgrades, and prioritize Blink. And just a higher Stalker count in general. As 6 probes go down. Dark continuing his Ling aggression. Well, as he does, though, we do have the Oracles harassing. 1 Oracle goes down. Lings, they push in. They get us around. They do get us around here on the Stalkers. Big pickoffs. We get 1, we get 2. Again, really good trade so far by Dark. Picking up Adepts and Stalkers, even probes wherever he can. These Lings, they've gotten a lot of value here for Dark. Have gotten a lot of value. As he is double expanding, or taking his 4th. Taking his macro hatch. There's that forge now on the way for Lemon. Again, a delayed forge and delayed upgrades. And unfortunately, won't be able to really flex his higher Stalker count because he has been bleeding them out. And as he moves out, ooh, big Ling run by. We're looking to cancel the 4th. We're racing back home. The 4th is cancelled. It's going to be cancelled here as we do pick off another Stalker. Oh god. Do pick off another 1, another 2 Stalkers go down. Lemon struggling a little bit here. Behind this, we're going to be taking up into a fast infestation mid again. So this is very similar to the previous game, if you remember. Dark, he got a very fast Hive, very fast Adrenal here, eventually leading into Ultras down the line. Hive Tech, though, on the way. Dark, for the time being, going Ling Bane, Roach Ravager. Very heavy on the Lings. As he is moving out. And once again, for a second time, Dark, he gets us around here on the Nexus. And will force a cancel. The base is cancelled. Lemon coming in, though, will shave off some of these Lings. But regardless, really good trades here for Dark, denying the space 2 times already. Big delays here from Dark. And he's not done. He's coming in again. Lemon, he's being so aggressive and leaving nothing at home. Nothing is left back at home. Robo's going to be going down. GG gets called. It's just too much damage. Lemon gets pulled apart, and Dark will tie up the series 1-1. GG. GG, well played here. A solid game there out of Dark. Lemon was just a little bit too aggressive. Multiple times he would be moving out. He'd leave his bases exposed, his 3rd base, his 4th base. They would be left undefended, and Dark was always there to punish him, always there to just get damage done. GG, well played. A solid game this time out of Dark, and the gloves are off, clearly. The gloves are off. Dark, he's upset, he's angry. He wants to move on. He wants to move on to face off against Hero. See in the chat, Lemon is max fax. If you are unfamiliar, I mean, we've been classing Lemon for many years. I mentioned this before. Maybe if you have been watching the Oceanic and the Asian scene, then I mean, you'd be familiar with Lemon. We've been casting him since 2019, 2020. But Lemon has changed over the years, specifically when it comes to his main race. Lemon at one time was Zerg, then at another time was Terran. Now he's Protoss. He's a bit of a race picker. Like every year or so, he switches races, and he's GM in every race, which is really impressive. But what I will say is that right now he's playing better than he has in a long time. I mentioned before that I was surprised to see him take down Rex. Very surprised to see that result, and we'll see if he can go even further than that. Meanwhile, spawning in the top left-hand corner of Hard Lead, we have our South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing himself, currently teamless. Tying up the series 1-1, it is Dark. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the pink Protoss player, representing Mystery Gaming. It is Lemon. Here we go. Just like here, he doesn't close the wall. There's a big difference between here, between that. Here, he doesn't close the wall, but I'm sure many people that watch Hero recognize that even when he doesn't close the wall, he doesn't take damage. He is so quick at warping in defensively and responding and minimizing losses, even if Lings get into his main and into his natural. It's very impressive how Hero is able to like kind of react to those chaotic situations. Unfortunately, that's something that Lemon does have to learn himself, as we do have Dark coming in for a bit of a hatch block. Did attempt to, at least. Again, Dark, he's known for either proxy hatching or hatchery blocks as well. Is going to be denied. Dark forced to expand back at home. Going for a hatch gas pool opener. Oh, tried to gas steal as well, but Lemon, he is on top of it. Does throw down his gas geyser, and the drone is forced out. As here we go, we are settling into this. Again, that drone was dealt with, and now we can get into our openers. I say dealt with, it's still here, marauding in the main base. This is someone asking about Dark's team. We said this before, but so unfortunately, CranKy Gaming doesn't have an in-game clan. There's no in-game team that was set up for DKZ. So that's why the players on DKZ just added it to their in-game names. And it does cost money to name change. So Dark is teamless, but hasn't name changed because, I mean, yeah, it hasn't felt the need to name change. We gotta save the money, pal. We gotta save it. There are rumors, though. There are rumors that Dark will soon be joining a new team in a couple of days. In a couple of days here, as we do see Lemon moving out. Just make sure we can clear things up in the chat. As Adept say, do shade in between the bases here, trying to pick up some workers, but they get caught out by the Lings. Oh, they do get caught out by the Lings. Lemon does pull back. I do see someone saying that yeah, Lemon is marked as Zerg on Wikipedia. Yeah, by default, we mentioned before that Lemon, he is a race picker, and by default he's Zerg on Wikipedia. So that's why sometimes the race is wrong on the bracket, but thankfully it is fixed, thankfully. Or as the Oracle does dip into the main, they get a couple of drone kills. Ooh, takes a lot of hull damage though. At the same time, Dark going for a big link counterattack. The Adepts have fallen. This base is exposed and will take a lot of damage. The base will survive, but the base will survive, but alas, does take a lot of hits. As Lings, they do continue to come on in, and we are out of energy. No shot. We're out of energy. The pylon is going to go down. Can we get the base? Can we get the base as well here as we do collapse here on the Nexus? It's taking so much damage. Honestly, if we went for the base initially, we may have been able to get it as we barely force it back. Lings will retreat. Ay. Unfortunately, Protoss players can't repair buildings here, so this base is disturbingly low. It's very low. Dark, he wants it. He wants the base. Goes for a surround. He's going to get a surround here on the Adepts as well. And no shot. The Oracles are out of position and we're racing back home. The Oracles are racing back home. And can we take down the Nexus? We take down the Adepts instead. The base will survive for now. We'll keep an eye on it. we'll keep an eye on that Nexus. Ay. Behind this, the Oracle's going to be harassing, but their queens are in position. Going to be able to send them away. Ooh, as the Oracle will fall. Behind this, Dark going to be droning up. Will be droning up. Cost points to name change? No, it doesn't. It does. It does. There's a free name change at the start of the season. Unfortunately, it's not the start of the season. Unfortunately. CranKy Ducklings Dark. Oh, let's go. Unfortunately, we don't have any funds for that. Unfortunately. But yes, free name changes are a thing. Unfortunately, it's not the start of the season anymore. As we do see Lings catching a Stalker. Oh! They do pick it up. Do pick up a Stalker. Stark pushes on in. Coming in from the right-hand side. Oh, coming across the would-be fourth base as well. Again, for the time being, Dark has map control. Unlike the previous games, we have been stuck at home. Lemon has been stuck at home defending, and Dark has been free to just expand, take a fourth base, take up once again into Fast Hive. Infestation Pit is on the way, and the fourth base is cancelled. Fourth base is going to be cancelled here. We do see Lemon trying to take it towards the center of the map. Oak was rotating around. Dark is going to be forced back. Forced back for the time being. Thankfully, Lemon getting his fourth base up and running. Soon to be. More Stalkers on the way. Now we can finally move out across the map. Finally apply pressure here to the fourth of Dark. Dark a bit out of position with his Lings. Coming for us around. Stays trapped. Ooh, is going to get baited out though. Is going to get baited here. As Dark collapses on these Stalkers. Ooh, at least tries to. At least does try to here. We're just committing to Mass Ling. It's just Mass Ling, a handful of roaches to support. Dark with an overwhelming army here. Hive halfway done. Again, the Hive tech will be for Adrenal to support these Lings. And Lemon backs up. I'm not sure how I feel about this. It feels like Lemon's been a little bit scarred from the last game. He's like, he hasn't been able to be as assertive as he once was in this series. Has to pull back. Ling run by comes in. We take down the shield battery, but only the shield battery. Again, this time Lemon, he is more defensive. He's able to hold on to his bases. Colossus production has commenced. The downside here is that, again, Lemon is giving Dark a lot more freedom this time. A lot more map control. Dark, he keeps tabs on these Stalkers at the same time. Big Ling counter-attack towards the left-hand side. Lemon is being pulled apart. Shield battery, it goes down. Not like this. Does go down. Biles, they connect with the Zealots. And can we bring the base down as well? That's the question. The Stalkers, they haven't come back home. Oh, they haven't turned around. This Nexus will fall. Can we snipe a base ourselves? We're trying to go for it, but we have plenty of reinforcements. And we force a recall. And Lemon, unfortunately, he lost a base and he didn't get a base for himself. Trying to retake his fourth, but it's going to go down. Lemon just stuck perpetually here on 3 Nexi. Forever stuck on 3 bases. Not like this. Not like this, man. he is building up his Colossus count, that's true, and I mean, winding it back to game 1, we had a similar story where Dark was pulling his opponent apart. If Lemon can build up a death ball of an army with Immortals, Archons, Colossus, then sure, we can eventually go for a big all-in. But we're still a ways away from that, is the problem. We're still a ways away, we still don't have a 4th. The Lings, they come back in. Over and over again. Just never giving Lemon any room to breathe. Here's the walls on the wall. The Lings, they slip into the natural base. Probes are going down. Not like this. 12 workers fall. We slip into the main as well. Lemon not turning back around. Are we pushing? This might be a good moment here because we're losing too much back at home. That's going to be 19 dead workers, 20 dead workers. And yeah, we're pushing. This is it. This is the all-in. Lemon, it's all or nothing. The Colossus! No, not a good start. The Colossus goes down. We pick one off. There's 2 left. Only 2 left. Oh, there we go. Now we have a 3rd. Could have been 4, but we do have 3. It's all or nothing here for Lemon. Now it's mainly Lings for Dark. Depending on these swipes. Oh, God, but here come the Vipers. The Vipers, they have arrived. We'll go for the Yoinks. We get 1, we get 2. Oh, and we get the 3rd Colossus as well. And the army, it's getting picked apart. Focus on the high-tech units. The Stalkers are being forced back as well. Now, Dark did lose all of his Lings. A lot more Stalkers are coming in. We dive on top of the army, but we have plenty of reinforcements. And Dark, he had a rough time in game 1. He had a rough time transitioning out of his all-in, and we saw Lemon being so greedy in that first game, but here in game 2 and even in game 3, Dark has been hyper aggressive. I do like it. I do like that Dark, he's recognized the greed that Lemon got away with in that first game, and he's punishing it so much. He's able to pull Lemon left and right. Punish his move outs. And now Dark, he has a massive advantage. Lemon just now getting his 4th base back up and running. Worker count, he's keeping up with his opponent. The problem here is that Lemon, he lost his Immortals, his Colossi, all of his Robotech units. He has only Stalkers and Zealots left, and really only Stalkers remain. As we force back these Stalkers, GG gets called. There's nothing left here for Lemon, and Dark will take the series 2-1. GG. Oh. GG, well played. Whew. Dark again. Dark again. A little bit upset after that first game. Does make up for it. Does bounce back. Does take the series. GG. GG, well played. With that, Dark advances on into the next round where he has his opponent ready and waiting. It is going to be Dark versus Hero. Let's go. Let us go. And as we wait for the players to conduct their vetoes, we can go over the bracket, because I believe we have a couple of updates. I believe we can go over some of these results.